Hi Les, it's Kerry Artak. I'm touching base. Actually, I've got a question, and I'm shooting a video, obviously, to explain it. Picture's worth 1,000 words. What you see right now is the current live cattle letter that I use, that DOTM template format. It's working well. This is the way it looks, page 1 and page 2. I've got this little insignia at the top. I've got a graph. This graph is there every week. It's sort of a big picture graph, a weekly chart. It doesn't change from day to day. And then I've got the footer here. And what I'd like to change it to, just for a select few markets, you would create one template, one new additional template that would be a very close variation of this. And let me show you what it would be. There it is. So I did this with text boxes. I'm sorry. I tried doing it with text boxes. The DOTM wouldn't allow it, so this is all nothing but tables and such. But this is page 2, so I would eliminate that insignia at the top because or that graphic. It takes up unnecessary space. This top chart would stay. This is that weekly graph I talked about. It would stay there from week to week. From week to week, it changes over the weekend and it stays the same all week. And then what I want to do is I want to start adding a distant contract, just a basic analysis. And I'm going to zoom in just a little bit on this. Oops, go to page 2. So you have the top graph. This next, I just created another cell. I don't know how you would do it. I'm guessing it would just be another cell. And it would just be sort of a page break. It would be a header. It would say something like April live cattle basic weekly analysis. It would need to be changeable, so the text is not static. I would need to be able. It needs to be changeable, and I don't think that's a big deal. And I said as much in this frame. This box doesn't have to be as large, but it just needs to get the job done. I may actually add color to it, so there's a clear delineation between this top chart and the continuation of the next analysis, and then it would be essentially very similar to what you've created on page 1. I don't know if you can copy, paste, and reinsert or whatever the case might be. I would not need a trend time frame table. I may add that later if my clients request it, but for the time being, it would just be the support resistance column. It would be a graph area, and then just a single box of text. So going back down here, you can see the support and resistance column, the graph, and then the single line of text. And once again, and then of course the footer. I don't know why a third page is dropped in here, but I'm not going to worry about that. In any event, I would need it to have the same qualities, the same attributes as page 1. In other words, if I come and change any of these settings, I could go into, oh, it actually grabbed it. Isn't it interesting? I guess it's already there. The truth is, I may be able to do this myself, but I'm sure there's something that you would do that would make it better. There may be glitches or maybe issues that I don't foresee. I didn't really realize that. If I just copied and pasted, and there we are. I could actually go in and change that. I guess what I'm saying is, if I change this number 127.45 to 127.35, that if it's 127.45 in this text down here, it will then change to 127.35 in this text down here. 127.45. Bear with me here. I'm going to go ahead and go ahead and just, I'm sorry to take up your time here, 3.5. I'm going to make it 3.5 and see if that, oh yes, it did. So obviously you've got coding in the background that is sort of ubiquitous. It doesn't matter what you do, where you have it, it will change. So I guess my question to you is how much to do this? If you could recreate a template like this for me that's glitch free, what are we looking at in terms of cost and turnaround time? I'm seeing as I'm recording this that I just may be able to do this myself, but once again, I'm concerned about my own lack of knowledge on this. Anyway, we are almost on 5 minutes. I'll leave it at that, and I hope you're doing well. And